Hi, this is Agudya Venkatra. In this tutorial, I am telling about what is a variable and how variable represent inside an object, and what are the rules and conventions we should follow for writing a variable name, and justifying the rules and conventions through an examples, and how many types of variables are there in Java. Notepad. What is a variable? What is a variable? A, var- a place a place where we represent a data inside an object. It is a place where we represent. Suppose we are creating a variable. In this variable, I want to store some variables, some values. So that values are stored by through the variables. And these variables are how to represent a variables inside an object means mainly we have to concentrate on what is a variable. If you know if you know how to represent if you know how to represent a variable inside an object. First you know First of all, you want to know about. First, you know how to what variable consisting of. First, you know what variable consisting of. What variable consisting of. What variable consists of. A mainly variable consisting of a data, a name and value. A name and value. What are the rules? Suppose we are giving a name to a variable. What are the rules and conventions we should follow for what are the rules and conventions to give a name to a variable. Give a name to a variable. Mainly a variable name should be alpha. A variable name should be alphanumeric. A variable name should be alphanumeric and should not commence with a should not commence with a numbers. Should not commence with a numbers. And variable name should can commence with a dollar and underscore. A variable name should not commence with a should not commence with a special symbols. Special symbols like colon, at the rate, a slash, percentage, tab, ampersand, asterisk, open parenthesis, closed parenthesis. These kind of a special symbols. And variable names. Variable names can be comments. It can be a predefined Java class names. Variable names can be a predefined Java class name. Variables can be a user defined. Variables can be a user defined class names. Variable names cannot be a Java keywords. Java keywords like while, go, int, for, do, etc. Variable names can be uppercase. Variable names can be upper names if variable names are a multi-word. If variables are a multi-word, then first letter is a small and second word letter should be a uppercase. These are the rules and conventions we should follow. The names we have to create. First of all, we have to justify how these rules are working on. Notepad. Public class variable test case int I23 int 23i 23k test variable test case variable test case dot java. Here we can create a java c variable test case dot java. Here we will get a errors 23k. This is a variable test case java error identifier is expected. Identifier is expected. Those two errors are these things. Invalid, valid, int $k, int k dollar, int underscore k, int k underscore, int h underscore j, int hj underscore hj. Here these are all are valid. These all statements are valid. These all statements are valid. And a variable name should not start with the special symbols. Those things are here giving an errors. The variable test case variable errors, illegal characters and illegal identifier is expected. Identifier is expected and identifier is expected. So these are an illegal. These are an invalid statements. So these are invalid statements. Suppose a hint int WHIL. Suppose int while. Here it gives an error. Here while is the error is expected, identifier is accepted. So it will work. Suppose we are creating a multi-word statement int WRI variable count count. It should be follow. Suppose here we can create also C works a small letter also, but it is a convention. We should follow the rules and conventions, company standards. And how many types of variables are there? And how many types of variables are there in Java? How many types of variables are there in Java? How many kinds of variables are How many kinds of variables are present in Java? Three kinds of variables. Three kinds of variables are presented in Java. What are those? inst, anc, instance variables, instance variables, static variables, instance, static and local variables. Static variables. What are the instance variables? What is an instance variables? These are the attributes of an instance or object memory. These are the attributes of these are the attributes of an these are the attributes of an instance. And mainly this, suppose example class, a class ABC, the public int I, this public byte j, the memory is allocated in heap memory for a instance variable, for instance variables. So static variables, static variables, these are the attributes of a class. These are the attributes of a class. These are the attributes of a class. And another example, a class ABC, static int I, this is a static variables. Memory for these elements are allocated these memory are allocated in the method area. The method area. Local variables. Variable declared inside a method. Inside a method is called as a is called as a local variables is called as a local variables. Suppose example, a class A B C public void m1 int I int j int I int k. These are the local variables. The memory for this variables are allocated in memories for these variables are allocated in the stack memory. The stack memory. So this is the what is a I hope you have understood what is a variable and how to represent a variable inside an object. What are the rules and conventions to follow to give a name to your variables, and how to declare what kind of variables are there in Java, and what in which place it is stored in JVM. I hope you have understood, and how to what are the data and how to create a data and what are the variables you will see in the next tutorial.